Hello again, race fans, and I hope you have enjoyed the most recent portion of our Boeing Air Show. Now it's time to take the eyes out of the sky and put them on the water. We are getting ready for the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. It is the final heat. The preliminaries are in the books. Qualifying is in the books. Testing's in the books. There's only one thing left to do, and that is decide who is going to walk out of here with the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. We have our final field. It is set. Let's quickly run it down. We're going to have 6 boats on the front row of our final heat. We're going to go 5 times around the Ted Jones race course. We will have a 7th boat as a trailer starting 10 seconds behind the field. The 6 boats on the front row will include the U1, the Beacon Electric, and J. Michael Kelly. It will include the U9, Beacon Plumbing, and Corey Peabody. The U11, Miss Mercury's Coffee, and Jamie Nielsen. The U27, the Miss Apollo, and Dave Vilwalk. The U40, the Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles. And rounding out our 6-boat front row, the U91, the Miss Goodman Real Estate, and Andrew Tate. Our trailer boat will be the U35, the Gutters by Keith presents Boitano Homes, driven by Gunnar O'Farrell. Those are the 7 boats that will be on the water and the 6 that will be on the front row. That's the story as we get ready for the final heat of the Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. But from the story from the pit area, let's go down to Erica Allreed at the Stan Sayers Memorial Pits.
Thanks so much, Brad. When chatting with the drivers this weekend, they all mentioned how vastly different the waters here are on Lake Washington in terms of conditions during the race. The Strong Racing duo made the analogy of it being like a bathtub. Water bounces off the log boom, the shoreline, and the docks and comes right back to them out on course. There's rollers coming in every direction, and Corey Peabody went as far to describe the waters to me as a hot mess at times, especially during that final. So aside from the typical clean start and importance of lane selection here, finding success is a matter of who can navigate this course, its water, and the unique challenges with ease, guys.
Thank you very much, Erica Allreed, for that great report down there as we get ready for our final heat. The H1 Unlimiteds that will compete for the Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair are being placed into Lake Washington. Those of you watching on the H1 Unlimited live stream are watching the U11 Mercury's Coffee Company as it gently gets set into the blue waters of Lake Washington. Seafair would like to take this opportunity to thank Apollo Mechanical Contractors. Apollo Mechanical Contractors is proud to be a sponsor of Seafair. We believe in supporting events that enhance the lives of our community and help build people who build great things. Check out apollomechanical.com to learn more. Seafair would like to thank Boeing. Boeing has been a Seafair sponsor since the very first festival 75 years ago. Boeing has roughly 66,000 employees in Washington State alone, more than anywhere else in the world. Thank you to Boeing for bringing us today's air show. And Barnhart Cranes. Barnhart Crane is one of the largest heavy lift and heavy transport organizations in the United States with over 50 years of service to our community and our customers. Barnhart prides itself on providing innovative solutions for its customers' needs. Fans, it's been a beautiful day and a gorgeous weekend here on the shores of Lake Washington. This is an area that we can all be proud of. This Lake Washington Boulevard area, Genesee Park, the pit area, everything is a tremendous resource and an asset of this area. Let's all work together and try and keep the park clean. A reminder that we are all guests here in this park, so please pitch in to leave the race site, including the park, the beaches, and the roadways in good condition by picking up all of your group's trash and either deposit in a trash receptacle or bag it and take it with you. Thank you for your help, and I'm sure the residents in the area will join in that thank you. And speaking of thank yous to a group of people that we haven't spoke of, but honestly, without them, this event does not happen, and that is the Seafair volunteers. Seafair thanks every one of its hundreds of volunteers for their help in putting on the Apollo Mechanical Cup and the Boeing Seafair Air Show. Without their tireless efforts and countless hours put in throughout the year by our volunteers, none of these exciting events could happen. Take a minute to say thank you to any of the Seafair volunteers you see today. They will greatly appreciate it. Seafair would also like to say thank you to the Seafair Boat Club for its help in putting on the Apollo Mechanical Cup. The Seafair Boat Club is a volunteer organization that helps plan and put on the water-oriented events of the Seafair. The Seafair event, including the Milk Carton Derby, the Seafair Holiday Cruise, and the Apollo Mechanical Cup hydroplane races. If you would like to join the Seafair Boat Club and volunteer your time and talent helping Seafair put on these events, stop by the Message Center in the pit area and find out about membership in the Seafair Boat Club. Seafair would also like to say thank you to Swire Coca-Cola, the official beverage partner of Seafair, and the Washington Athletic Club, the official athletic club of the Seafair Triathlon. Oberto, they are the official partner of Seafair, along with those previously mentioned, along with iHeartRadio, the official Seafair radio partner. A special thanks as well to King 5 and Kong, Seafair exclusive television partner of the 4th of July and Seafair Weekend. And finally, a special thank you to the Hyatt Regency in Seattle for being a partner with Seafair as well. The event does not happen without our volunteers. It does not happen without our sponsors. Thank you to all of them. Now, John Walters, to the task at hand. 6 boats going to run on the front row, and we got a couple of big differences. There's 6 boats. With one, that means a trailer. So we're going to have 7 boats on the water. We've been running 4. We've been running 3-lap preliminary heats. Now we're going to run 5. It's really going to change these water conditions.
It's going to change them a tremendous amount. These boats carry huge big skid fins on the side that just dig giant holes in them, and yeah, this is going to be an awful lot of fun to watch. There's going to be quite a race going on prior to the race. Just we've got at least four boats here that I think feel they want that inside lane, and they're all going to be shooting for that. Our new starting procedure here is going to make that even more exciting and more fun to watch, and I think that the driver and the boat that controls this first turn and can handle the rough water 5 laps into it is going to be the one that goes home with the trophy today.
That's what you were saying just a little bit ago when we were all bantering here about the upcoming final heat. Look at the drone shot there. Those watching online on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 H1 Unlimited hydroplanes laying there at the dock. Quite a sight on just a beautiful Chamber of Commerce kind of day here in Seattle. And John, we're on the clock. We're at 7 minutes and 25 seconds to the start. We're going to have unlimited hydroplanes on the track in under 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Our new start procedure that you mentioned will start at the 5-minute mark. We've talked about it. Every boat must have a crew member with physical contact on that boat at the 5-minute mark. The boats will then come out on the race course and the milling period begins, and you and I have been talking about it, John. I expect there's going to be a lot of activity in what we sometimes refer to as the race before the race.
I think there will be, and I think that several of these boats, all these boats, take 25 seconds or so to be able to start and have the engine spinning enough to where the propeller's spinning enough to pull it out of somebody's hands here. So I think that in an effort to be leaving the dock right at the 5-minute gun, that these guys are going to start spooling up just a little bit early. So there may have been even some teams looking for some part-time help with little or no experience required. All they needed is long arms and a good grip.
Well, yeah, you could probably get hired real quick if you ran down there. You got about 1 minute and 20 seconds to get down there and put your hand on that boat. It is the final heat of the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. I'm Brad Luce, along with John Walters. We've got Erica Allreed positioned down in the pit area. She'll be grabbing our winning driver as soon as they get off the dock. There's only one thing left to do, and that is run 5 laps around the Ted Jones Racecourse. Water conditions, John, they appear absolutely perfect.
They are. They're very flat and very nice. I see a little bit of lumps and bumps up here by the bridge and the bulk of where the log boom is there. Those boats been moving around up and down all day long and setting up a few rollers down there. So it's typical Seattle, Washington, Lake Washington Racecourse. It's always going to be a little bit smooth in the beginning, but it's going to roughen up in a hurry.
It will indeed. Not much left to do as we approach 30 seconds. 30 seconds to the 5-minute mark. It all comes down to this. 5 laps on the Ted Jones Racecourse. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. This is until the 5-minute mark. Inside 10. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes. And look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats away from the dock.
That's really impressive to see the camera work that's being done here, and those drones are just awesome. Nice job, guys.
Very, very good. That's the 5-minute mark, and now it's time to go boat racing. Here's who will be racing once again in the Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair in the final heat. The U1, the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly. It is bright red. It is trimmed in yellow. Teammate Corey Peabody drives the Beacon Plumbing U9. It is predominantly white, trimmed in blue. Then there's the U11, the Miss Mercury's Coffee and Jamie Nielsen. That boat is black and red, trimmed in white. Then there's the red, white, and blue U27, Miss Apollo, driven by Dave Vilwalk. Dustin Eccles drives the bright blue and yellow flavor pack. That's the U40. Our front row is rounded out by the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. It is black and gold, trimmed in white. Andrew Tate handles the driving chores. Our trailer boat, the U35, Gutters by Keith, presents Boitano Homes and Gunnar O'Farrell. Boy, they must be moving, John. I looked up after
all over the race course at all different speeds, and we've already had boats cut across the course. You can see Andrew Tate and JMK up there, and everybody's looking for that inside lane and any advantage they can use to get there.
Where's Corey? We got all 3 of them down there at the bottom end of the race course. We got Corey, Mike, and Andrew. Well, that's an interesting triumvirate down there. We'll keep an eye on them. Corey right now sitting in 1. Here's Dave coming across start-finish line in the 27, the Apollo. Remember, the 80-mile-an-hour rule is not in play. Here comes Dustin Eccles off the top of the race course here with 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Those boats up the backstretch, if they're planning on holding that line and that speed all the way to the score up, they've got 2 minutes to kill, John.
They do. There's a lot of time left on the clock. And remember earlier today in the testing, Jamie Nielsen was up in the turn up there. He stopped the boat at one point in time and made a couple of timing runs from there to the start line. So it'll be interesting to see if he's got some special trick up his sleeve.
And he is way up there at the top end. He is at the entrance pin to the upper corner. As J. Michael Kelly says, all right, I've had enough of this trolling little game. And he's, I think, going to leapfrog the field up the backstretch there. Lots of games being played here yet as Jamie Nielsen is sitting at the top end of the race course, barely moving up there. Here comes J. Michael right alongside him. Yep, they have jumped in lanes 1 and 2. Now here comes Corey, and here comes Andrew Tate behind those 2 boats at the top end of the race course. Clearly the strategy, John, is they're going to stay up there, and they're going to come just slowly down behind the score up at 1:15, which is 1 minute from now. Anybody starting to move up there? Andrew Tate is a little bit. What did Tate just do? He went in and jumped into lane number 3. So he's in lane 3. Now where's Corey going to go? Corey is the 4th boat up there at the top end. Now here comes some speed up the backstretch.
Yeah, and you can look at the overhead view here. You can see lots of rollers and lots of swells that are going to be laying right there in another 2 minutes when they go right through that stuff at 185 miles an hour.
Not quite what I expected on the score up here. I didn't. Oh, and look at this maneuver out here at the top of the race course. Who is going way out there? That is Super Dave Vilwalk. Yes, Super Dave Vilwalk, and he's got somebody coming way out there with him. That is Gunnar O'Farrell, but Gunnar's going to be the trailer boat, so he's just staying behind everybody. 10 seconds until the score up. Here comes Dave with a whole bunch of speed. Is he going to try and leap across somebody? Still got 5 seconds to kill. This could be a little bit close. Look at Mike. Look at Kelly coming in. I think it's a clean score up. Kelly's coming down with a lot of speed. He's on lane number 2. Corey is in 3. Where is Andrew Tate? It's Jamie in 1, And I think JMK is in 2. Is that Corey that is in 3?
Corey's out here on the outside.
And right now, Andrew Tate is losing power down at the bottom end of the race course. Tate is down 2/3 of the way through the corner. He's still got time to get it up on speed, but he is not going to be on an inside lane. We still got 2 boats coming off the bottom end of the race course. One of those is Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack. So with 35 seconds to go before the start, it is Jamie Nielsen in the Mercury's Coffee. He is on an inside lane. Now, Andrew Tate has finally spooled up the U91. He is coming off the corner. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be flying, and he's going to come hard and charging on the outside. Lane number 2 is going to go to J. Michael Kelly. Lane number 3 is going to go to Corey Peabody. They are 1, 2, 3 off the buoy row. Vilrock is going to be in 4. We are inside 10 seconds. Coming up on 5. Here comes the start. We are 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Mark. The start will appear to be clean from here. We'll wait until we get it from the officials. And way back is Andrew Tate in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. I think Kelly's going to get down there first. We'll see who makes the corner first. It is J. Michael Kelly. He comes off the corner with the lead. He's got teammate Corey Peabody on his outside, and to the left on the inside, and back in 3rd place is Jamie Nielsen. John Walters, it is J. Michael Kelly.
It is. J. Michael's got an inside lane, and he's just rolling up the back straight. Remember all those rollers and rough water that's down there. If he can use that to his advantage, he'll try to move some of those guys out into that water to where they can't come around him. But the boat's accelerating really well. It's got nice and flat through the turn there, and he's coming down just charging for the start-finish line.
John Walters, you said whoever controls this lower corner on lap 1 could decide the winner of this race. Right now it is J. Michael Kelly with 1 in the book and 4 to go, but it's his teammate Corey Peabody who's not going to let him go. Then it's back to 3rd place and Jamie Nielsen. Dave Vilrock is in 4th, Dustin Eccles in 5th, and then it is back to Andrew Tate and the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. Off the corner on lap number 2 and up the backstretch, J. Michael Kelly. John, he's opening up water on Corey Peabody.
He is. Corey's back there where the rooster tail's very thin now. He was 4 or 5 boat lengths that they've picked up on him coming down this straightaway. JMK's got a great line out there. He's just rolling hard and trying to pick the best clean water he can. He's got overlap. He can go any lane he wants now. He can run and push around the race course, push the guys around the race course as much as he needs to.
Coming off the top end of the race course, they will come down and put 2 in the books. J. Michael Kelly driving the U1, the Beacon Electric. He is the defending Lake Washington champion. He would love nothing more than to pick up a victory here. Corey Peabody, though, just does not want to let him go. But quite honestly, he's given ground to J. Michael Kelly, his teammate. Then it's way back to Jamie Nielsen in the Mercury's Coffee. Dave Vilrock driving a heck of a race here, John Walters. He's got his sights set on getting on that podium in 3rd.
Yeah, everybody's running really fast right now, and they got good combinations. The water's going to get roughen up a lot more here as they get through these turns, and that could change the order a little bit. But the 2 Beacon boats seem to be in control of the situation right now.
They are way out in front right now. It is a race out front between the Beacon Electric, the leader, and J. Michael Kelly, and the 2nd place boat. It is Corey Peabody and the Beacon Plumbing. Bill Cahill's got to be a happy man right now as his boats are running 1-2, the 2 boats he is sponsoring. Daryl and Vanessa Strong Racing boats running 1-2. J. Michael Kelly puts lap number 3 in the books. He is on lap 4 with 2 to go. Corey starts to cut in just a little bit. John,
yeah.
Did Corey make up some ground there?
He absolutely did. Corey's running a little bit tighter lane and trying to pinch himself as close as he can get to that rooster tail without getting pushed outside there.
Here he comes. He's coming on the outside. This is Corey Peabody's charge. This is the race for 1st place, and it is Corey Peabody on the outside of J. Michael Kelly. They are almost dead even up the backstretch. Kelly and Peabody, teammates, friends since they were kids, are deck to deck at the top end of the race course. Now watch them come off the pin. They'll come down and pick up the white flag with 1 to go. There's Corey. Corey on the outside. Oh, what a run we're going to have. The 2024 Mechanical Cup, the Apollo Mechanical Cup is a dead even heat with 1 to go. Peabody on the outside. He's back by a boat length. John, it does not get any better than this.
They're absolutely side by side. You really can't tell which boat's which when looking at the rooster tail, and they're both really flying to things. They both want to win this real big time. Now, we went through the stats here a little bit ago, and J. Michael Kelly needs to stay in this in order to be competing for the national championship. So he's going to give it everything he's got to win.
He's got about a boat length, maybe a boat length and a half on teammate Corey Peabody. He's halfway up the backstretch. There is 1/2 of a lap to go for the Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. Two teammates, J. Michael Kelly on the inside, Corey Peabody on the outside. This is the race for the checkered flag. Has it been closer than this at Seafair? I don't know, but here we go. It is Kelly, it is Peabody. J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric is going to claim on the water the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. Wow, what a final lap. Now, coming off the top end of the course, Dave Villwalk has been pushing hard, trying to run down Jamie Nielsen in the Mercury's Coffee. He's been unable to do it. And John Walters, Jamie Nielsen in the Miss Mercury's Coffee is going to come home in third place. Dave Villwalk will come home in fourth. And a disappointing finish for Andrew Tate in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. The boat lost power at the bottom end of the race course before the run to the start line. He was never a factor. Fifth place across the start-finish line. Make that sixth place across the line as Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack and Gunnar O'Farrell will come home in seventh place on the water. One thing you're going to see, John, they talked about it at the drivers' meeting. Our chief referee asked that all drivers go all the way up to the top end of the race course and make a complete full lap before they come back to the pit area. So you're going to get one more chance to take a look at the boats and give it up for them. But J. Michael Kelly, what a run for J. Michael Kelly. The officials upstairs will take a look at the racing on the water. Not sure what they'll look at, but they'll look at everything, John. But right now, we hope it stays the way just because we want it to be like it was on the water. But J. Michael Kelly drove a whale of a boat race.
He certainly did, and we talked about it earlier that J. Michael's one of those drivers that just has the ability when you least expect it. He just comes out of nowhere, and all weekend long, every time they went in the water, it was a little better, a little faster, and he had a little better handle on things. So no real surprise there.
So our boats are returning to the dock. I am going to step away for one moment, John. Go ahead and talk our boats back to the dock.
All right. Well, you saw a heck of a race here. This was a great day for Beacon Plumbing, finishing first and second, at least in the unofficial finish that we've got here. Of course, all the data acquisition boxes now will come out as soon as they get back to the dock. We've got inspectors on the dock that will instruct they'll impound the first three boats and inspect them to pass all the technical data that needs to be done. They'll take a look and ask them to, close the cockpit as soon as the driver gets out. Nobody in it until the inspectors get there. They're welcome to take the rear wing off, the skid fin off, and the propeller off, and then they'll go through all the inspectable items, which is a pretty long list. Take a look. Seth Parcel will take a look at all the data on far as N2 and fuel flow. If there's any issues there that would change the order of finish, which you hope there's not, then they would notify them and they would move down and take the inspections on the next boats in line there. So hopefully the order that you saw is unofficial, but everybody drove a heck of a race. As I mentioned earlier, Ted Jones said he couldn't tell you who was going to win the race if he owned every boat in it, just because of days like this where unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. So it's been a great race. It's been a great day here. The main thing is all these guys are returning their boats safely to the trailer. Everybody's healthy and happy, and I think that was been a wonderful day, a good day for the fans.
That was a whale of a final heat. When they started the fifth and final lap, there was about a boat length maybe between the two boats. It was pretty impressive, and I honestly thought with the way Corey closed up the backstretch on lap number 4, he started down here when he went into the lower corner. I thought he was going to get around Mike. I thought he was going to be there and maybe get around him for the victory, but JMK was able to find a few more beans, and he held off his teammate Corey Peabody.
He was pulling him pretty hard going up the back straightaway, and when they got in the rooster tails up there, they may have gotten into those lumps and bumps they left for themselves earlier, and it was hard to tell if Corey, maybe had a little bit of a problem or had to make a little bit of a correction. But at those speeds, boy, you just think about pulling your foot off the throttle for a second and you drop off. So it was a great race.
Well, these boats are very, very heavy. I don't have to explain that to you, but once you, to your point, once you pull your foot and you start to lose some of that momentum, it doesn't come right back immediately. It takes a while to wind them back up.
It does.
So everybody pretty much has found their way back to the dock. We will start grabbing our breath back maybe a little bit. I got excited on that one, but if you were here, and I know many of you were on the shoreline, it was that good.
It was that good. That's one of the best heats that I've seen in a long time, and that one will go down in history as one of the best races ever, I'm sure.
It certainly was. So the referees are looking at action on the water. Seth in the tech truck will be looking at the data acquisition boxes there, and he'll be reading things that come out of there, and we'll see how all of that shakes out. But either way, the racing on the water was something special indeed.
Yeah, H1's been working real hard over this past winter. I've been involved in many of the competition committee meetings as a member, and that was a goal, was to put on a better show, to put on a quicker show, to let the fans, leave knowing who won the boat race. And, so far we've made big strides in doing that, and I'm really happy and really proud to be part of, some of the changes that have been taking place here, and I hope the fans see it and appreciate it too.
Yeah, we're watching on the live stream there. We're watching Corey Peabody walk down the dock. Corey Peabody comes down the dock, and J. Michael Kelly is still standing up the dock. He will have some interviews to do. So what we've been doing, John, we've been, you were talking about H1 and how we can help the fans to know who won the race when they go home. I can tell you a week ago in the Tri-Cities, I went back, watched the tape from the moment the winning boat crossed the finish line until we heard officially that Corey Peabody's boat in the U9 had cleared tech inspection was 9.5 minutes. And that was as fast as I've ever seen it. We did it in 10 minutes at the two races back east. They did it in 9.5, and I think the difference there was just how easy it was for a boat to roll right into the pit area. But 9.5 minutes after immediately crossing the final heat. Pretty good stuff right there.
That's very good stuff. And, with the drones and the camera shots and all the things that we have now, the technology, the young people that are involved in our sport right now that are bringing that technology with them and allowing us to, dip our toes finally into the 21st century here a little bit with the technology and things that are available, really help the referees to see things more clearly, more quickly, and make decisions in real time rather than having to go back and look at videotape.
And John Walters, and to our fans here on the shoreline, if they are still listening to us, I'm going to take this opportunity now to throw it down to Mark Christopher as we're going to keep moving with the air show here. Those of you online watching on the H1 Unlimited YouTube network, stay with us. We're going to be back with more information. Don't hang up. We're coming right to you right now. And like that, we are back with just you. Thank you, Nick Kish. We are back just with our H1 Unlimited live stream team. We had to disconnect from the PA here on the shores of Lake Washington as a beautiful Boeing jet flies above the race course. So we are just waiting here. I can tell you the officials are looking. Well, we know that John Walters is still very much involved with H1 Unlimited Racing. He is an inspector, and he still very much has that role. So, Kim Meredith, we may have to have you pick up his headphone because John just got a phone call. He had to leave, and that phone call, I think, came from down there at Stan Sayre's pit area. So we've lost John for a couple of minutes. I think he's involved in some of the discussion that is going down in the pit area. So we're just going to have to wait and see here how this plays out. The heat itself was a doozy. On the water, it doesn't get any better than that. So now this is when I do this. I'm going to do it real quick, Kim. Are you ready? Was that about as good a final heat as you've ever seen?
Absolutely.
There you go. She is a woman of a few words, and she works and helps me. Her job is to make me look good, and let me tell you, that is not an easy job. She does a great job at keeping us up to date on stats and everything, and we're all just kind of standing here waiting right now to see what the officials might have to say about our heat. And two things have to happen. The officials have to clear the racing on the water, that there were no incidents involved on the water that would affect, an encroachment or something like that. They may have to look at some drone footage. They may have to make a call here or there. So they are doing, pardon me? Hang on, I'm getting, so on the water, everything was good. But, excuse me, we got it. Okay, I understand the difference. So they are still looking at activity on the water, but apparently that activity does not involve the U1. So on the water, J. Michael Kelly is the official winner. On the water. He still has to go through tech inspection, and I will apologize for my brief jumping there that when I said everything is good on the water, that's not what the officials said. They said the one was clean on the water. Big difference. And again, this is how our H1 officials this year trying to be more transparent. They're trying to get to the crux of the matter. As far as telling you who won the Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair, anything they're looking at now is not going to affect the winner on the water, J. Michael Kelly. So now if Mike can clear tech inspection, he's going to walk out of here for 2 years in a row as the Lake Washington champion. He will be the Apollo Mechanical Cup champion here for 2024, and he will have claimed his 6th victory on Lake Washington. We'll see how it plays out, and I'm kind of looking at the guys up and down here on Livestream row. I want to make sure I get John Walters to at least hear what I'm about to say. You don't have to have your microphone on, but it was one of these things like we could ask everybody here to raise your hand if you pick JMK in the final. I think I'm the only one raising my hand. I had that one. Purely luck, but I had that one. Your other choice doesn't count, John. Oh, we had a fun conversation up here picking who was. Hang on, I'm going to take the headset off. Everybody stay with me here for just one moment. I want to make sure what I just heard is correct before I say it. Thank you, fans, for working with us here. I got Sam Hodeling coming down here. Sam, you want to just speak right into here? One of the H1 official referees. You can talk right here. Okay. Well, and then it's hard for me to can we put a headphone on you so I can hear you? I can't do that either. Sam, what do you got? I'm going to take the headphone off.
Encroachment.
Want to thank Sam Hodeling. I'm sorry if it sounds a little bit disjointed up here. Two big pieces of information right now. Number one, the U9, Corey Peabody, has been ruled to have encroached upon the U91 and has been issued a 1-minute penalty. The second place boat, Corey Peabody and the Beacon Plumbing, has been ruled to have encroached on the U91, Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate. I'm going to assume, but don't anybody take me to task on this, I'm going to assume it happened before the start of the race when Andrew dropped down and went dead in the water. The other big development, and am I reading that right, young lady, what you have right there? That J. Michael Kelly and the Beacon Electric has cleared tech inspection. John, it's official. JMK has cleared the truck. He cleared the water. He is the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup champion. And for the second year in a row, he's going to walk out of Seattle and Lake Washington with the big trophy in his hand. Congratulations to J. Michael Kelly and the Beacon Electric. Darrell Strong, you've done it again. You've had another victory on Lake Washington. Second place on the water now with the issue to Beacon Plumbing. Second place is going to go to Jamie Nielsen in the U11, the Miss Mercury's Coffee. We got to figure out what a 1 minute penalty does to that, but I don't think it will affect that. Third place should go to Dave Vilwalk in the Miss Apollo. And then fourth to the Goodman Real Estate, and then the Flavor Pack. We'll see how the 1 minute plays out. But first, second, third, again, on the water with the exception of the Beacon Electric. The Beacon Electric U1, J. Michael Kelly. Did somebody hear that? Can you say that again, Nick? And we'll write it down. All right. So we have it written down here. The 1, Beacon Electric, is your winning hydroplane on the water. They have cleared tech inspection. They're walking out of here with a big piece of hardware. Second place, as we anticipated, is going to go to the U11, Miss Mercury's Coffee, Jamie Nielsen. On the podium also in third place, the U27, the Miss Apollo with Dave Vilwalk. Fourth place will go to Andrew Tate, and the U91, the Miss Goodman Real Estate. The U40 Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles will come home in fifth place. Gunnar O'Farrell will pick up a sixth place finish, and Gutters by Keith presents Boitano Homes. And coming in seventh place will be the U9 Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. I'm glad it ended with JMK picking up the trophy and clearing tech inspection. There were some other things that went on the water, but JMK was clean. He outraced everybody. He outdrove everybody. He got the inside line. To your word, John, he controlled that first turn. He came out clean. He took off like a rocket. Corey did everything he could to run him down, but he was unable to. Our second place boat, the Miss Mercury's Coffee, Jamie Nielsen, has cleared tech inspection, so first and second are clear. They will now check the box of the Miss Apollo, the U27. Wow. I want to say a couple of things here. John, you got the headset on. We'll make sure we got you hot. Nick, if he can make sure he's hot. I got John back here, and you should be hot there, John. I know you've been busy taking phone calls. You got a couple of jobs you're working here today.
I am wearing several hats here today, and I've got some really good help over in the pit area there with Steve Compton and Brian Vincent helping out with all the tech inspections and things, and of course all the work that Seth Marshall does in the tech truck there. So yeah, they were calling back and forth, wondering, should we look at this, should we look at that, what's going to happen, with all these sort of things, and it's a little bit difficult, to be over here while they're struggling with the stuff that's over there, but they're very competent guys, and they learn very quickly, and I've been able to share some of my knowledge with them, so it's working out very well.
Well, good. We're glad you got that taken care of. I'm glad you're back with us. Now we can talk a little bit about boat racing. I think it's very good what the H1 officials did. There obviously was some questions down here when Andrew Tate's boat dropped down in the water. Apparently it involved the U9 and Corey Peabody. They got the data. They looked at it, whatever they had that they could watch and they could review. They made the call. But before that, they came to us and said the one was clean on the water. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell everybody here on the beach, he's the winner. Yeah. And there was a question about that, and so they just came down and let us know that, hey, we're looking at something, but JMK's clean. So if he can clear the tech truck, he's good to go with the big piece of hardware and the overall winner. And then almost immediately after that, we got the check mark that he cleared tech inspection. So got a little dicey behind him apparently, but out front, he was clean.
Yeah, and that's good. I like to say there's been a big effort this year with H1, all the officiating, to be able to make these decisions as quickly as possible to see this stuff. And the technology has changed so much that it really allows us to do that. Where in the past, if there was a problem on the race course, they had to go back and get video footage from the helicopter and wait for it to land and take a look at all that stuff and make a decision. So now it's instantaneous. We can make decisions quickly here. The referees had the opportunity to take a look upstairs at the stuff a little more closely, make a good call there. The computer that Seth works on in the truck there, it goes through and takes a look at all the data very quickly, and then Seth will go through. If there's a problem, he can take a little closer look at it, but basically it gives him a go or a no-go, whether there's anything out of limits or not, and so it goes very quickly. And at this point in time, we can say that there are no other official calls on the water. The only call that was made was the encroachment on the 9 of the 29 to the 91, which we saw early in the race there. But everything else was clean and good. Now it's just up to the tech inspection, and really the only thing it'll take a look at there is the first 4 boats to make sure that everything's good.
We've got the first 2 already cleared. The winner of the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair for the second year in a row, it is J. Michael Kelly and the U1, the Beacon Electric. Second place is going to go to the Miss Mercury's Coffee, the U11 and Jamie Nielsen. Third place hasn't cleared yet. Jamie Nielsen has. In second place, they're checking the Miss Apollo and Dave Villwalk. That's actually a good finish for them. I think that the Apollo Mechanical folks have to be happy.
I think so.
They got a heat win over in the Tri-Cities, and I can tell you they were ecstatic over there when that happened after christening the boat on Saturday, and then to get a heat win. I think finishing on the podium here at the Seattle Seafair, I think will be a big feather to the Ratchford family over there. It's a great group of people, and we're just so happy to have them in our sport and cannot thank them enough for the sponsorship, not only of the boat, but of the Seafair hydroplane race, the Apollo Mechanical Cup.
I think they should be proud of the effort that the crew made there. They had a pretty devastating crash in Tri-Cities with a lot of substantial damage to the boat. The skid fin area was damaged quite severely, and that's a very high-stressed area of the boat, so they have to look at it very closely. They pulled everything apart, took a look at things, made all the repairs, got things going again, and got it running over here. And I think they should be real happy with the crew's ability to make that thing go fast and handle in the rough water and all the things that they had to put up with here. So congratulations to them. Welcome aboard.
The other thing that I am very pleased with, yes, we had an issue on the water, but you get that many boats going that fast, things are bound to happen. You had 6 boats souping through that lower corner there. No, we weren't racing yet, but clearly things can happen, and there was a lot going on, and there are competitive guys out there. But at the end of the day, to my knowledge, I don't know that anybody's or any boats came together. I think all 7 of our boats, make it all 8 of them, are going to go sit on the trailer and be in pretty good shape moving forward.
That's a really nice thing, is that we've got the APBA Gold Cup, the oldest perpetual trophy in motorsports history, in a few weeks here down in San Diego, and everybody that was here is going to get out of this race fairly clean with little or no damage. That's a great thing. All the drivers are happy and healthy, and I think that we'll put on a good race down there as well. But for the day here in Seattle, I think the fans saw an awesome show. Just amazing of how fast these boats are going these days, and all the kids that are driving these things. And the older kid there, Dave Villwalk, does a pretty decent job himself.
And speaking of that young man, Dave Villwalk, he has cleared tech inspection. So your official third place finisher now is the U27 Miss Apollo, Dave Villwalk. So your winner was JMK. J. Michael Kelly driving the U1 Beacon Electric, second place, and he too has cleared tech inspection to Miss Mercury's Coffee with Jamie Nielsen. That's got to feel good for that new sponsorship group as well. And then a third place finish who has also cleared tech inspection, U27 Miss Apollo and Dave Villwalk.
It'll be real interesting now to be able to go back and take a look and take a look at the points towards the national championship. The deck got shuffled again today, so a lot of things changed, and some points. Corey went from getting 300 points to not getting very many at the very end there, finishing way down the list like that. So it's going to change things a lot, but there's still one race left, and JMK, he had a in a position today here where he didn't necessarily have to win, but he had to have a good showing. And I know that he wanted to come back and put together a good race for the crew. He felt awful about the crash over in Tri-Cities, and felt that if he could do anything to make all that hard work pay off for him, and he did just that today.
Yeah, you guys, and I say you guys because you were a driver, when you damage the boat, you really feel terrible about it, don't you? Because first of all, it's the boat, the crew entrusts you with that boat, and you're the one that has to stand back all too often and watch all the work they have to do to fix what you may have caused.
Yeah, exactly right. And to quote a close friend of mine who unfortunately we lost this past year, Jim Lucero would remind me quite often, it was fine when it left the dock, John.
What did you do to it? So our fans that are watching us online might remember yesterday afternoon I had some fun with Erica Allreed up here, and we were trying to do a little post-race discussion here, and that particular jet showed up. And I see he's back. He's just been hanging there for the last 4 minutes while you and I are trying to converse here about the Apollo Mechanical Cup final heat, and I think he's finally leaving. Pretty impressive piece of machinery, I might add.
Yeah, that's the F Force. Air Force's version of or F-35. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the Air Force or the Marines. They both fly those now, but they're have the variable geometry on the thrust on those things, to where they can literally vertically take off and land. So pretty amazing equipment for sure.
So right now, that is the story here. We're just waiting for boats to clear tech inspection, but we are not going to sign off just yet. We've got more still to come. We're still waiting to hear from Erica Allreed. I know she is down in the pit area, and she will be grabbing drivers as soon as she can, and we will be talking to them. I'm sure she's just dying to get on the pipes and talk to us with a jet over her head like we did yesterday. But, oh, what's that I don't hear, John?
Yeah, that's the lovely sound of silence.
So we will take an opportunity right now, John and I will, to step away from the microphone, but don't go away, because we still have lots more to come, lots more coverage to come. We have more video to show you, and we're still hanging for Erica Allreed. We'll step away. John Walters, Brad Luce will step away. We'll be right back as soon as we've got more to pass along. We're going to go check with the officials. Back here on the start-finish line, Brad Luce along with John Walters. We've seen an incredibly competitive weekend of racing that has culminated with J. Michael Kelly claiming the 2024 Apollo Mechanical Cup at Seafair. And it was a hard-fought victory for sure. It was very competitive on the water. We weren't sure coming off the final pin who was going to win. That's the way we like it, John. It was excellent racing, but J. Michael Kelly is going to walk out of here at the end of the day with the big trophy. But the reason we're back on really is I want to explain to our fans that are watching on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel how we're going to handle this, because we've already had a couple of jets in the air that they heard you and I trying to talk over. The Blue Angels are due in here literally every moment or any moment, and it's difficult to do the interviews in the pit area, but our Erica Allreed is down there. She is talking to the drivers, getting as many reactions as she can. We just spoke with her. We were going to have her come back up here and bring those interviews with her, but she said she had one more she wanted to get. She's going to do that and come back up here. So what the fans need to know is Erica Allreed is going to bring those interviews with her. She will bring up the capture card. We will put them in the unit up here and play those in their entirety for the fans to hear without the benefit of the Blue Angels flying through our headsets. So that way people will be able to hear the interviews. So those are coming up. Stay with us. They're going to happen quickly. I would imagine she's probably already on her way. And so stand by for those. We won't try and do them over the Blue Angels. But John, while we were looking at the winner and so forth, the stat man down there decided he'd do a little historical research. And he stumbled across a very interesting point. J. Michael Kelly, by virtue of his victory today, has won not one, not two, not three, but 4 Lake Washington events in a row. And we had to go all the way back to 1977 through 1980, somebody you knew quite well, Bill Muncy.
Yes, my mentor and close friend, and dearly beloved friend. So yeah, that was in the Blue Blaster days, and Bill was at the height of his career, I think, in those days, and then just loving driving that blue boat and having a good time with it, as I think that J. Michael Kelly is down there and all the Beacon people. I think that at this point, H1 has taken some great strides in making a better show, a better program. All these race teams down there, the sponsors, the new sponsors, the old sponsors, all the volunteers from Seafair. I think you're getting a preview of the future of unlimited hydroplane racing, and I think it's going to be better. I think it's a good one. I thank everyone for all the hard work. It was a great pleasure for me to be part of the Livestream team here. Brad Luce, I thank you so much, my friend, for giving me the opportunity to be able to talk about these boats and people and places that I love over the years, and I thank you all very much for a great weekend here. I love Seattle. It'll always be home. I love unlimited hydroplanes and the people that make them go in circles, so thank you for that.
Well, thank you, John Walters, for joining us. Your insight is just unmatched by anybody. I learn so much standing here next to you and listening to you talk. I ask you some of the most off-the-wall questions, but you always know the answer. This year, I remember the puff of smoke coming off the corner, and you waxed on for about 3 minutes on exactly what causes that in that turbine engine, and it was very interesting for me. I hope our fans enjoyed it. I know they did. So, J. Michael Kelly ties a record that was 44 years old, held by Bill Munsey as being now the only two drivers ever to have won 4 consecutive races on Lake Washington. Congratulations to him. And congratulations to you, John, for coming down here and helping us. I know it's a busy weekend for you. As I said last year, I'm going to say something again very similar because I think our Kim Meredith has a contract for you to sign for next year. We did the same thing last year. We're not letting him out of here, Kim. No, we're bringing him back next year. So, John, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And let's do it again.
Please.
And this was fun. We had great racing. We had a lot of fun at it. I hope the fans enjoyed it. I think they probably did. The racing was good. The Blue Angels are coming up. We're going to try and get out of here before it gets really loud and proud. But don't go away listening on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel because Erica Allreed and cameraman Mickey Washburn are in the pit area. They're going to be coming back up here shortly. They'll have all those interviews, and you can catch the reaction. And we're looking at the boat that's returning. Here they are. They're arriving now at the dock, so it'll be only a couple of minutes, and we'll have those interviews, and we'll have the reaction to what happened on the water. We'll have a very happy, I am sure, J. Michael Kelly, and hopefully she spoke to the other drivers as well. On behalf of you, Kim Meredith, and John Walters, for this part of the program, I'm going to step away. We all will be back momentarily here. We'll get some videos going, and we will hear what the driver reaction was. So, for John Walters, Kim Meredith, Brad Luce signing off now. We will be back in a little bit.
Mike, a true grit effort displayed in that one, considering where you were sitting just 1 week ago and the adversity you faced. How gratifying is this Apollo Mechanical Cup for you and your team?
Just amazing. It just shows you the team that we have, the team that backs me and Corey. I created a lot of work in Tri-Cities this off week, and I spent a lot of hours fixing my boat, and to be able to come back from that and chip away and find speed, and to win Seattle again, just amazing. My teammate Corey, he could have slowed down. I looked in my mirror and there was a lot of white and blue Beacon Plumbing there, and he made me man up and put my foot to the floor. It's crazy, like how much an accident can take out of you, not just physically but mentally, and just to be able to bounce back. Proud of my team, proud of myself, proud of just everybody that put the time and effort, and just thanks Bill Cahill, Beacon Plumbing, Daryl and Vanessa Strong, Corey Peabody, Jeff Campbell, Mike Campbell, and my entire team. I'm the lucky guy, I guess, to drive these things, and I love doing it, and I've been doing it a long time, and I hope I got some more years in me.
It's definitely a testament to the effort put in by all of you. A big congratulations on yet another win here on Lake Washington.
Yeah, a much needed win. So yeah, just amazing feeling right now.
Congratulations, Mike, guys.